Women who are in healthy relationships after a toxic, abusive one. What was the biggest difference? The fact that he stays calm when I communicate my feelings. I am so much more relaxed. I'm not having to constantly come up with a defense or justification for everything. I no longer worry about whether my partner is doing something out of genuine care or is manipulating me. I choose my own company and do things on my own without guilt. I can be myself without being shamed or judged. Not walking on eggshells constantly. It was such a relief to not worry about what was going to set him off constantly. I feel safe. Physically, mentally, emotionally, sexually. I'm also a lot happier. I was without my boyfriend, too. But he adds more happiness into my life rather than adding in stress. I am not worried about ruining his day by mentioning I'm upset about something. If I mention I'm upset, he'll listen. He respects that my job can be stressful. My ex never did because his job was so stressful. How could mine ever be? He helps clean up around the house. He cares about if my mood seems off. He tells me it's not my responsibility if he gets to work late when it would 100% be with my ex. Niceties I do for him don't turn into hard requirements. Sex doesn't hurt my body was probably trying to tell me something before and I wasn't listening. I never get yelled at anymore. I don't have to cherry-pick my words to avoid a blow-up. I just say what I want, how I want, and my BF never changes the topic by accusing me of having an attitude. The person I'm currently dating doesn't have to be asked or begged to spend time with me. She does it on her own because she likes spending time with me. One night early on in our relationship, I broke down because he didn't try to have sex with me before bed. All I could think about was that he didn't love me, didn't fancy me, was going to leave me. Turns out he remembered me saying a few hours earlier that I was tired. That is the moment I had waited all my life for. A man that respected me and took my needs into account too before initiating sex. I had never been able to say no before, let alone have someone that listened and understood that a tired woman would not want sex. I love him. Not being so damn scared all the time. Scared to give bad news, scared to say no, scared to buy nice things, scared to ask for help. Walking on eggshells all the time. Being able to communicate in a healthy way, even if the subject is tense. I will say it takes years to undo that mindset though. I still sometimes shut down completely when I feel overwhelmed to talk about something. Even if it's something small. And it's been over 3 years since I left my ex. I feel valued, loved, supported, not afraid to open up or share. I'm not shamed or blamed or feel needy when I bring up issues in the relationship. It feels more like an exchange where we try to resolve an issue together than a me versus him situation. He respects my boundaries. He's also constant with communication, supports me and celebrate my achievements. Getting to feel finally safe. I feel that after being in a damaging relationship, identifying the differences when my healthy relationship is at its most difficult shows the biggest contrast. Now, when we do have an argument, I feel like everything will still be okay. I'm safe. He's safe. There's no sense of impending doom, no fear, no bullying or pettiness. We lay out our differences of opinion, thoughts and ideas for resolution, and when it's done, it's done. I'm not waiting for retaliation or a power play. When things are at their most difficult and I feel safe, loved and respected, then I know I'm with the right person. There are no actual fights. No screaming, no slammed doors, no running out of the house and driving off, etc. When disagreements, tough conversations happen, the vibe may be intense but it's never scary or harrowing. I never worry that he won't understand my POV or that I'll risk losing him when we butt heads. Sometimes we even hold hands when we argue, which is a grounding technique he taught me that blew my mind. I have an actual partner in life, not someone who I would have to constantly fight for myself with. It's a huge relief. He doesn't hit, abuse, manipulate, saw, or otherwise abuse me. Being around my healthy partner gives me energy and reduces stress. Being around my abusive, toxic ex drained me of energy and increased stress. Sadly, it took me a really long time to realize that, but thankfully I did. I didn't fully realize it was an abusive relationship until a while after I had managed to properly end it. There are were so many things that are completely different. Things I didn't see or realize were wrong. While with my ex, it didn't get abusive overnight. It snuck up on me, as it does for so many. Now I keep being kinda mind blown over the things I put up with. The things I convinced myself were acceptable. The things I ignored and let go. At first, it can feel boring. That's how it was with me. I was so used to chaos and toxicity, so when my ex-partner showed me kindness and stability, it felt boring, and the butterflies, which I now recognize as uncomfortability, weren't really there. I just felt so comfortable with him. Looking back, it slowly stopped being healthy, though. And he never fully loved me the way I thought. Still the healthiest relationship I've ever been in. I'm still sad we couldn't work through the rougher bits.